You are now tuned in to the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.DIGGINDAILY.com. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live from Northeast Los Angeles. And as always, we got special guests live in studio, and today is no exception. We got the one and only Mr. MC Bundy in the place to be. What's up, brother? Welcome to HOTBOX Studios, DIGGINDAILY.com.
Thank you guys for having me, yo. It's MC Bundy.
Yes, yes.
Digging Daily, man, presents This Is The Way Radio. I love it, man. Thank you guys for having me once again.
No doubt, no doubt. This is going to be a good one, man. This is going to be a good one. Definitely a lot of talking going on in this one.
Definitely.
So let's get it started right here. For those that don't know and those that need to know, who is MC Bundy?
Well, you know what? That's a rough one. I've never been asked that in a lot of interviews. But you know what? If I could sum it up, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of hip hop. That's who I am.
Nice, nice. How did you get your start in this crazy industry, brother?
Oh, back in the days, I believe I was 16, and I took a liking to hip hop at a young age. I want to say around 6 years old. MTV, you know, those type of things. Beat Street, the movie. I just fell in love with it, and it was the culture, the whole style, the art, and all aspects of it. You know, graffiti art, the DJ, the scratching, the breakdancing, the rhyming, all that. It just drew me to it. So I would say about 16, I started, you know, hearing some instrumentals on. You get a single on a tape, and on the backside was the instrumentals. So I'd play that, and I would kind of just whatever that particular artist was rhyming, I would change it into like my words. Yeah. You know, to develop to rhyme to a beat. And then a couple homies, we lost a homie, unfortunately, and after that we all started rhyming. Notably, out of like all the crew and the people that were doing it in Norwalk, Delinquent Habits, you know. Yeah. They were one of them that came from the area. We went to the same high school, so everyone was like digging it. And I mean, if you could rhyme back in the days, they were just like, anywhere you go, hey, rhyme, kick a rhyme. So I fell in love with it like that, you know. And
then I know you said at 16 you started, you know, listening and started writing, but when did you actually start recording and get in the studio and start doing all that good stuff?
Oh, man, I was 19 years old. 19 years old on my second child. And I still haven't lost the fucking weight since. But
the baby weight is the hardest weight to lose, though.
Fuck yeah, man. Those little fuckers. I had a perfect body before them. But yeah, no, about 19, I met this cat. I was working at a Chief Auto, and he owned a liquor store. Well, his family did, across the street, and they were from New York. They moved over here when he was like 12. He's the same age, and he was deep into hip hop. You know, they called him J Cut. He was a part of radio station at Cal State Fullerton. He had his own studio, so we were like, hey, let's lay down some rhymes, and it turned out pretty good. We would bang them out pretty quick, you know, and that was always a good trait. You do that, and I always tell artists nowadays, then you move on to the next one, you put it to rest, and that's how you get better, you know. But that was the first. I was 19, and there wasn't much recording after that, you know. Reality and life hits, and you know, you gotta be a dad and work 60 hours a week, you know. The only one working in the house, you know, at the time, and after that I was just basically, you know, a big fan.
Yeah.
Until recently.
Now let's talk about until recently. What happened?
All right, it's a pretty good story. You know, I lost my parents both the same year, 2012, and just like a total shock type shit, you know. Then the following year, I started having my heart issues. I had a major heart attack, and from then until today, you know, just dealing with all these fucking health issues and whatnot. But you know, I'm strong, and that's the thing. This is where it comes into play. My son introduced me to all these guys are rhyming and whatnot, and basically I just went to hang out with them, to hear them, and long story short, they made me, the host of a podcast we were just gonna start up. Humorous, my boy Humorous and Kamikaze, my son Groovy J. We all were just chilling, smoking in a little garage studio, putting out product, putting out songs, doing videos. My son would film some of the videos, and I'm like this, older dude. I could be all of their fathers, and they just included me in everything, shows and whatnot. They kind of, Humorous. I always tell them, you created Bundy. You created MC Bundy in a sense that, he was talking about, hey, let's do this podcast, Stoner System podcast. We're going to interview all these underground cats, people that they had me starting to listen to, and getting acclimated to. And I'm like, what? Are you serious? I was like fucking happier than a pig in shit, man. I was like, okay, this is like a dream come true, because these artists were dope. I mean, are dope. I'm sorry. And I said, okay, that sounds good. When you planning on doing this podcast? He's all like, right now. I was like, what? What the fuck? I'm gonna be the host. We're gonna go on air right now. It's a live podcast. Yeah. Similar to this, but we're live. So I was like thrown in the fire, so to speak, and it just kept growing and growing, and the artists were feeding me. I'm here. I'm the sick man, and I've done shows like literally 2 days after what they consider a major surgery. Because I didn't want to miss the artist that I was interviewing. Yeah. And I noticed, okay, the strength, and they see the story, Instagram, everyone puts their shit on Instagram, and they reach out, and then they see you at a show, or everyone was uplifting to me and accepted me. And you're talking about someone that has I don't make music. I'm not I'm not a rapper, so to speak. I don't know what the fuck I am, bro. Yeah. But they've accepted me now. I mean, mainly I'm a host. I host shows, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be a host to these people that I look up to, that I'm a fan of. What can I do to separate myself from every other fucking host at a show? And you know what? I get to know them, get to know their music, where they're from, and I give them the best introduction that they've ever received. Nice. And I've been told that, over few hundred times, and I take like pride in that, because that's what keeps me going. These shows, and just seeing and supporting these people. I play the game like it should be played. If there's a merch vendor, weed vendor, whatnot, I buy stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. The artist, I go and I look up their music, and I bump it. I support them, and if everyone did that and stopped fucking hating and just being, these cancers that we talk about, the shit would grow a lot more than it has. Yeah. So I feel it's also my duty, if they're feeding me and they're keeping me alive, that I need to stand, put these people on my fucking back, so to speak, if I have to. Yeah. And show them the right way. I take pride in that, because I got so much love for them. I'm looking at this board in front of me, and I see all these dope ass people that have rolled through here that are just the homies, that are just, they check up on me. Hey man, you good? Come on, man. It goes deeper than this music, Yeah. And especially when you're able to create the family culture with it, when cats know, like they said, they check up on you. That's like some family shit, you know what I'm saying? Right. Brothers. I always refer to people, my brother, my sister, in rhyme or whatnot, because I remember when we were little, my aunt was deep into Jesus, in the Bible and whatnot, and she would say, we're all brothers and sisters in God's way. Yeah. And that stuck with me, my whole life. So that's how I refer to people, and it's kind of true, For the Stoner System podcast, where's that available at? That's on YouTube under Planet Productions, or you could just put in like the Stoner System podcast, and all the interviews will come up. But it's under Planet Productions on YouTube. That's really the only streaming platform that we have for that one.
Who were some of the artists you guys had a chance to get in there?
Oh man, Organized Crime. That's they're like family to me.
That's what's up.
Interviewed Necro. That was one of the wildest fucking interviews of my life. He is definitely true to his craft and what he talks about. With Mr. Hyde. So many people, all of East of the River, all of them, all their Mad Max,
Collective.
Kiddo, the whole collective, Viva. Nice. We going to see Mighty Mudge right now after this. So,
nice.
I mean, there's so many. Self-Provoke. That was a really, really good interview every time he comes through. Noah James. Wow. I just like drew a blank. Sicko Soldado, he's one of the homies, God, I would say.
What was the
Pause.
That's what's up. What was the most noticeable one that always goes down, that always comes up, that you're like, this was the best interview I ever did?
The best interview that I ever did, because I love them all. But you know what? Rest in peace, Rec One. When homeboy came on, even to this day, he changed my life. I'm gonna be 100% honest with everyone. He passed. It's been a few years now. Time flies. But right now, when you guys see MC Bundy, when you see me rocking a show or on a platform like this, just talking to people, that's all possible because of two people, and that's Humorous and that's Rec One. He's creating opportunities for me now, and why he's gone, you know, that's a fucking legacy. And when he came on the show, we had so much fun, and he had so many dope artists that were just like this. Like I say, he was a Kevin Bacon of fucking the underground, and I just respect him. I respect his work ethic, and what he meant to people. I thought it was a really sad thing, and it's hard to think about that he's not here. But when he passed, the greatest thing out of that was seeing all the community come together. Everyone that loved him and had something to do, with Rec One or the Unity Project. Just, it was amazing. Because that was a dude that you can't say nothing bad about him.
Yeah.
And I pride myself. I live my life that way. You know what I mean? Because that's my heaven on earth. I don't want people talking shit about me. I don't want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want, hey, Bundy, you know what? That guy is fuck. He's cool as fuck. Because when I leave this earth, and it might be soon, that's how I want everyone to remember me. That's what, to me, life's about. When we're gone, we're gone. But our memories, and that's our legacy we leave behind. That's all people are going to ever have.
Yeah.
We're going to be gone.
Word. That's true. That's true. Let me ask you this: as far as for yourself, as a host on a podcast, what's the hardest things you have to come to terms with in this culture?
In this hip hop culture?
Yeah.
Fuck. No holds bar, right?
No holds bar. We say get it off you. They're right here with.
I mean,
no limit. No limit like Master P.
Okay, and maybe just because I'm approaching 50 years old, so some of the music out there, I'm always gonna support everyone with their dream in this music, but that don't mean that I have to necessarily like it.
Yes, sir.
And like I said, maybe it's the old dog syndrome, but some of this new stuff that's coming out, it's not almost in the realm of hip hop. what's being said. It's a passing fad, and I know some of these artists were dope, but that's why I don't like to say too much their names. The bigger artists, the ones that have passed away from pills, lean, all that shit. I don't want to disrespect them and mention their name. Those big artists. We have to realize, man, there's generations that are listening to this stuff, and they aren't coming too smart with their decisions, and they're emulating that shit.
Yeah.
And it passes as a fad. Oh shit, all these motherfucking lean sippers are fucking dying. Well, yeah, man. And it's just, for me, it's always been a conscious movement of upliftment, hip hop. It comes from urban, ghetto, poverty-stricken areas,
Yes,
East
sir.
Coast, West Coast, you have the Bronx, Queens, Staten Island over here, Compton, South Central, Long Beach. These are places that, are kind of rough around the edges, but you know what? That's where the best fucking music comes from, because they're hungry.
Yes, sir.
They want to give people, their life and their art, and I think that's what music's about. And I'm sorry, talking about some of that shit, or they're talking about fucking burners and all these tools and whatever that shit. The reason why I don't know what they say, because I turn this shit off right away. I turn this shit off right away. I don't know if they call it mumble rap or what the fuck, but for me, it has to be positive. Even if you're talking, I got some artists that I fuck with that are dope as fuck, and they do talk about gangster shit, let's say, so to speak, but you know what, they're from the hood. They're from the neighborhood, and they're trying to get out and whatnot, and they're telling their story. So it's up to us too, as the younger generation, that they have to make the right decisions on what is real and what should we do with this hip-hop movement, because it's been going a long time, and I've seen every decade of hip-hop since the start, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000, 2010, now in 2020.
Yeah.
That's 6 decades that I've been a part of and seen and been a fan of, and for it to keep going, we really have to clean it up, straight out. I don't give a fuck. It's everyone's job as an artist out there, stop with the fucking bullshit, man. Let's go back to bobbing our heads, saying, having lyrical content.
Yes, sir.
That's what it's about.
What about for the responsibility, say for instance, with your podcast? Do you feel the same way when you're interviewing artists? I know you say you support everybody.
Yeah.
Is it the same thing as well, or is it a little bit different because you want to provide that platform?
We provide a platform, and you know what? We really, how would you say, like, monitor the artist that's coming on. We check their music, their videos, because we like to have visuals as well to go along with the live interview. So, we do it that way. And for the most part, it's been pretty cool. We haven't ran into much. Actually, probably, I can't even remember the last time that it was like, you're like, oh, man.
Yeah.
We have had some people, like, because we smoke them out. If we give them edibles, we have snacks and all that. So by the end of the show, we've had a few, pass out on us. Like, oh shit, they didn't sign the waiver in time, but they ended up surviving. They're still rhyming. But yeah, no, we try to do it that way, and we had a rule. Let's not talk about politics or religion.
Word up.
With the guests. So we kind of kept it that way. And it's a freestyle show, like we discussed. I just come up with stuff off the top of my head. I feel what they, what type of person they are, where they're from and whatnot. And I try not to ask the regular questions like, who inspired you, you know? So I like to make them laugh. I bring comedy into the show.
Nice.
So that's another prerequisite that, we have to be funny.
Word up, word up. I was watching one of your Instagram clips, and you were saying some very important things that I really want to touch base on. You were talking about, the politics of the game. Like, you got to reach out and link up with everybody. Even if it's in like different cultures within the culture, you got to work with everybody. Talk about that, so that way cats tuning into this can get a little bit more information on that, understand the way that the game needs to be played and moved.
Right. Well, here's the thing. It's very contagious. I see a lot of cliques, that I fuck with, and it'll be like, maybe 5 or 6 rhymers, and they're on the same cards and whatnot, and everyone's dope. There's a lot of fucking talent out there, and they tend to navigate towards a certain area. So I think, basically for us, for it to grow, how it grew back in the days was everyone, coming together, doing big shows. And I've seen, just from our podcast, I've seen a lot of people link up that we usually interview 2 guests, and I'd see those 2 guests like link up and do a feature with one another. Shit like that. Nice. Is how it's gonna grow. But unfortunately, and I've, recently I've been pretty busy. I've been working a lot, right, because of my love for the game, and I've seen a lot of people come out of the woodworks. Like I'm someone special.
Yeah. Like in what regards coming out of the woodworks?
Hey, let's do this, let's do that. And it's like I have, me and Coco have our own thing, right? With our shows and whatnot. And they will, want to step in and like, hey, chill, this is like my shit, right?
I understand exactly what you're saying. I know exactly where you're coming from. Everybody has an idea on using your platform for themselves, not understanding like it's not about you just coming in and saying, we got to do this. It's like, let's work. I think a lot of cats don't realize it's networking. Let's build.
They have that haterism in them.
Yeah.
I see a lot of cats and a lot of people. In here's what you have to humble yourself. Okay, you make a good song, a few good songs, a few good albums. That's cool, but in this game, everyone is fucking rapping.
Yeah.
Everyone raps now, right, Pause?
Yeah.
As the great Pause One would say.
Yeah.
So everyone's doing it. You can fucking record an album on your iPhone. You know what I mean? All that matters is you put it on a platform like SoundCloud or something that no one can see you, no one can feel you, and these cats are making a shitload of money. So that kind of taints the whole thing. And they put themselves higher than they really are.
Yeah.
So they have to bring themselves down to reality and say, hey, let me work with the underground. Let me go on this show without asking for money.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. We're all going to eat if we do it right. We're all going to be successful if we do it right. But someone has a good idea, then 5 other fucking people want to copy that.
Yeah. And
then the game gets flooded and no one fucking wins. Because the guy that thought of it first, he's done gone now. He don't have a job no more, type of shit. It's like, man, if we could just all come together, I hate to sound like, a fucking a movement, but that's what it would be.
Yeah.
It would be pretty strong if we just put like our egos aside.
I agree. I agree. I agree 100%. I agree 100%.
I mean, to me, there's always someone better than you.
Yep.
And whatever the fuck you do. Right? That's right. Everyone is chasing that fucker. Who gives a fuck? Be yourself,
Yes, sir.
Be your fucking self. And when people love that and accept that, then guess what? You fucking made it. Not if you're a millionaire. You made it.
You talked about the shows you do. What kind of shows do you do for those that don't know?
It's like a stripper show.
Nice.
Yeah. I charge by the pound.
How much by the pound? So I know more or less how much it's gonna cost.
Right now, it's up there. You've been to the store. $5.99 basically. I want to be in the same category as eggs, gas, mayonnaise, and fucking the small box of Cheerios.
Nah. You gotta go ranchera, bro. Ranchera's expensive as fuck right now, bro.
It's like $14.99.
Yeah. So you wanna be ranchera, but you don't wanna be eggs. You wanna be rancheras, bro.
Well, see, we get the hook from Uncle Dave. We get fresh eggs.
Oh, nice.
And an abundance of them. So we got the huevos down pat, and the nopales and the calabazas. So, these are fresh grown stuff out there in Riverside and that area and shit where all the fucking mountains and raccoons are. But yeah, no, that shit's funny. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say talk about your shows that you're doing though.
Yeah. Fuck, I was thinking about making a huevo sandwich right now. Fuck, with a little bit of mayo, because that shit's $10 now. But no. Okay, so basically, like I said, I don't know what the fuck I am in this industry, right?
Yeah.
So, through the Unity Project and the Stoner System podcast, I started hosting these shows. I got the opportunity from Paz and Humorous, and they just had me host shows. People started digging it, like, oh man, you're a good host, and I was just like, shit, okay, I'm just happy to be, there.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't even step on a stage because it's not my stage.
Yeah.
That stage is there for the artist. So it's like, plus I can't get up on stage. I can't climb the stairs. I'm like fucking handicapped, so I stand on the floor. But yeah, I always said that's their stage, and I don't know. I just think that's the best I could do for them is give them a dope ass introduction, and an outro, and get the crowd hype. That's something that, to me, it's almost like I'm an artist, because if I could get that crowd loud into it, around the stage, it just makes for a better show.
Yeah. Who gave you the name? Who donned you MC Bundy?
Oh, that's been twice. I've been asked this week, so that's pretty interesting. It was actually our quarterback in high school. It was our quarterback, his mom. So we were pretty badass in high school. We were ranked number 1 in the nation in football. I played for Paramount High. The latter stages of my high school career. And I had long hair, for the helmet, because Hell Week, it's fucking hot. So I had my hair down about to the shoulders. And we haven't lost a game in a while. We just come off back-to-back CIF championships, undefeated season. So fucking, we lost the first game, the opener. And it was like to Bell Gardens. It was like, what the fuck? How'd this happen?
Yeah.
So I lost a bet and they shaved my head, So we went to eat at my homeboy Raul's house. He was our quarterback. And the first thing out of his mom's mouth was, oh my God, King Kong Bundy. So everyone fucking from that day on until today, that's what they call me.
Yeah.
A lot of people come up to me and say, like, oh, the football player, 4 touchdowns, has a red head. That's true, most of it, but never scored 4 touchdowns. Or they'll say Ted Bundy. I'm like, what the fuck? The fuck? Weird motherfuckers out there. But no,
nice.
King Kong Bundy.
Nice. And then MC, because you're the MC. You're moving the crowd.
Yeah.
Getting the artist ready.
Because that's what it means to me.
You're the master of the ceremonies.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I love that. Something about MC, putting MC before a name. There's a few out there that do, and I'm like, yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
That means that they're moving the crowd and they're the master of ceremonies.
Word up. I know that we talked a little bit earlier, but you were talking about you have a new role that you're taking over on as an artist management. Talk about that.
Yeah.
How did you get into
excited, man. Well, you know what? They asked me. So we're talking about the Super Latin family. Shout out to my new artist I'm managing, Tech the Super Latin.
Big up Tech the Super Latin.
Yeah, man. Kid is dope. He's been out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not dealing with a rookie here. He's toured the world with Jurassic 5. He did his own European tour. His music is, dude's been rhyming since 3 years old. Okay, and the reason for that, because his father, Click the Super Latin, world-renowned beatboxer.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Also a dope MC. He had some shit back in the days that was just moved everyone. You know, this is for mi gente. I ran into him at a show. He does sound and stage, and we were doing a big show with DJ FM from Psycho Realm, and he was the sound and stage guy, and he introduced himself. I'm Click. I'm like, what? The Super Latin? It just,
Yeah.
and spread like wildfire. Then he invited me to these once a month shows that they do. It's a private show that Tech, with Donkey Bongs, that's his radio podcast.
Yeah.
They would do, and getting these big Medusas there, matter of fact, next month we got MC Supernatural rolling through.
Nice.
So, we were just going support, and they'd come to some of my shows, like, a family thing.
Yeah.
His mom, his brother Joseph. Shout out to Joseph. See you tomorrow. And he came to me, he approached me and said, you know what, check this out. I want you to handle the West Coast, portion of my management. And he just, in a nutshell, said, you know what, me and the family, I think it's a good choice, and I was just, man, I was overwhelmed. I was so happy, because he's dope. I mean, and I was starstruck by Click, just because the fact that how dope he was.
Yeah.
I mean, to be a part of this family, the Super Latin family, and represent them, it was like a dream come true. I was like, oh shit, okay, right when we hung up, I thanked God, and I was like, let me get on the fucking horn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Start working. And there's a lot of big things happening.
Nice.
There's a lot of big things happening. It's just something that, I don't know, I think, there is a God out there, and he brings people, to us in our lives for a reason. And dealing with a lot of shady people, obviously in this game, and getting treated, like shit sometimes. And I had to swallow my pride for God to bring some people like this into my life. It's just going to make me better as a person and help me more to be a great manager for him. You know what I mean? To support him, to be by his side, just like a brother should be. I don't even like saying manager.
Yeah.
It honestly, or saying it's my artist. No, man. He done set the roots were planted a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's just my job to let you guys fucking know who he is. I mean, we don't need to have names, I don't know what they call it,
title roles,
positions, title roles, because the end result is I'm standing right next to him, watching his back. We're making moves together.
Nice.
and I think it's gonna be a great thing. I'm so fucking excited.
Do you see yourself working with other artists in that role? Would you want to work with other artists in that role, I guess?
That's a very good question. There's a couple. There's a couple, that I would fuck around with. But here's the thing, though. I'm dedicated to Tech.
Yeah.
You know, and that's first and foremost. And with what we have in the works and what we're going to be doing, it's going to take literally a lot of time. You know, a lot of time. There's stuff that we're going to be releasing that is going to be dope.
Nice.
So I want to focus on that 200%, you know, first. And when that becomes successful, because it will, then I can help other people.
Nice.
You know, but we want to get it to a point to where we hit cruise control. You know what I mean? I mean, we go on tour, we're going to need artists, of course, you know, and whatnot. But I'm dedicated to tech right now. I'm dedicated to, you know, making this shit happen.
Nice.
And you know it, brother. You know it. We're going to do it.
Nice, nice. Let's talk about LA Launchpad. Talk about that.
Oh, yeah. So we just came from LA Launchpad. It's a new venture for me. Me and LA Launchpad. It's a sesh. So I want you people to come out. And, you know, what I'm going to do basically is bring some of the artists that I've worked with on. They're going to rock the mic. They also do a fight night there.
Nice.
Like an amateur fight night. Today was a fight night. So that's pretty dope too. It's something that's different, you know. People are out there kicking the shit out of each other while they shopping for some herb and listening to some music. So I want to give a shout out to because I always ramble on. That's MC Bundy.
It's all good.
But in the studio, you seen the nice redhead, right? That's Coco. She's my fucking everything. And my manager.
Nice.
She fucking puts in a lot of work, people. You guys all know that know. She's right there. She makes a lot of decisions, and, you know, she manages me to, you know, help tech. And the family really likes her. The Super Latin family, her and Lisa are like fucking buddies. That's Tech's mom. So for stuff to work and be productive and successful, it has to be healthy. So, you know, that's what we work on with these shows. We have thrown shows, and you know, look for our shows in the future. It's a lot too. The support that I get is fucking amazing.
Nice.
You know,
nice.
Because believe me, we're doing 3 things today. You know, 1 thing tomorrow, maybe 2 things Sunday, and she actually has a regular job. So it's we're blessed. We're blessed to be doing this, fucking around with all these artists. We love you guys.
Nice. And then let's talk about the Stoner Olympics, brother. That's going down tomorrow. Talk about that.
Saturday. Fuck yeah. This is a yearly event that we throw. It's a Olympic themed smoking sport fucking contest type. It's crazy. It's crazy. So we've developed some games and basically we get about, I think, a team of 4. And they battle against each other. I think there's 8 teams or whatnot. You know, it's bracketry.
Yeah.
And like our first event will be the smoke out. So each team gets maybe an 1/8 or a quarter, I believe, of weed. And it's like tag team smoking. Whoever finishes the bag first, you know, they move on.
Nice.
And then there's bong pong, which I think that's a new one. I can't remember shit. Anyways, but I can kind of figure out like how that one's going down.
Yeah.
And then the third one is like a surprise that we're gonna do. But basically, it's about, I don't know, 20 vendors. If you guys, you know, want to come out, it's 2423 Daly Street in Lincoln Heights. It's in back of the old airliner. If you guys, all you old school, remember that. Big event. We got some fucking some dope ass artists. We got Afro headlining with Bishop Snow, Organized Crime, Zoe Renee, Hollow Visions, Moody. I mean, the list goes on. It's a really dope event. We have a couple graffiti artists doing some paint, and then the whole Stoner Olympics going on while all this is going on. A lot of vendors, so come out. It'll be $10. Or no, wait. I'm sorry. Fuck. Humor's gonna kill me. $15 at the door. Definitely come out and support that underground hip hop. You know, it's gonna go down tomorrow. So brought to you by the Stoner System Podcast. Yes, it is LA and Glob Mob Kings. So we doing that tomorrow night. Come on down.
Nice. If you could describe yourself in one word, what word would you choose?
One word I would choose to describe myself. I know this probably sounds cliche, but strong.
Word.
Strong.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Your biggest contribution to the culture, what is it?
Being a fan. Being a real, true 100% fan.
Nice.
Yeah. That's so big. That's really big right there. Even as an artist, some of the artists don't think that they could be fans. Just fans of their shit. Oh no, you're wrong. You become a fan, this shit'll be here fucking 100 years from now. Just keep loving yourself for your own shit, and if everyone did that, guess what? We'd have a bunch of little fucking me.
Yeah.
Not us.
Let me ask you this last question because
all right. We're running.
We're running a little bit late, but no worries.
No
let me ask you this: if you could change anything in the game right now, what would be the one thing you'd change?
Other people making money off these artists' talent. I mean, literally just, You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying.
Yeah, you have to little search behind the lines with that one, but other people making money off these people's, sweat and tears. That's what I would change.
Word up. Before we close out this interview, any shout outs you want to shout anybody out?
Man, just everyone out there rocking with me, supporting the movement, the underground hip hop. Of course, Humorous, Stoner System Podcast, the whole crew, Groovy J, LA Launchpad, just everyone that like I said, that fucks with me, Coco. And you know what? You guys for having a dope fucking platform like this.
Oh, thank you, brother.
I mean, Digging Daily, this is the way radio. If we keep having stuff like this, it's going to grow too. I know a lot of people that talk good about, your platform, and I was very excited to come on here.
Thank you.
And I just want to say I'm blessed. Thank you guys for having me. I mean,
it sounds cliches, but we always tell cats, no, thank you, because without cats coming in and allowing us to have this platform, we just be playing music. That's it.
And you have good questions.
Thank you.
To be honest,
we try to hit artists with those hard hitting questions all the time.
Yeah, I had to come real. So
no, that's what we like. That's what we want.
Yeah.
We don't want no gimmicks. We don't want no fake facades.
No.
You know what I'm saying? We want our audience whenever they tune in to get the real shit.
That shit.
Who they let them know that once they leave this interview that they got a better understanding of MC Bundy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I love you all.
What do you see yourself doing 3 years from now?
Hopefully I'll be alive.
You'll be alive, brother. You're going to be alive. We're throwing those vibes out there.
Thank you. That was a joke. But 3 years from now, you know what? Seeing places I've never seen before.
Nice.
Having the freedom to, not to have to push a pencil or push a broom that I've done my whole life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just be happy. Be happy, man. Be chilling with all you guys. All of the underground.
Nice.
Doing shows.
What's the ultimate goal for you in this culture?
Just to be respected and loved by everyone. I don't want no one to have anything bad to say about me. That's it. Respect and love like everyone wants in this world.
Yeah. Well, MC Bundy, I want to say thank you for coming through. We appreciate you coming in, sharing your thoughts with us, giving us a little bit of background about y'all.
Yeah.
We really do appreciate that.
All right.
Before
Maybe I'll interview you guys next.
Let us know, man.
Definitely.
Let us know.
Definitely.
Any last things you want to say before we close out this session?
No, sir. Just I'll leave you guys with this. Just be careful out there. Love one another. And just don't talk shit on anyone. If you don't have nothing nice to say, keep your fucking mouth shut. I'm MC Bundy.
There it is, right there. You have been tuned in to the freshest, the dopest, the one and only www.DIGGINDAILY.com. This is The Way Radio, broadcasting live from Northeast Los Angeles, live from HOTBOX Studios. And as always, we got special guests. You got to meet Mr. MC Bundy live in studio.
Guys.
Make sure you guys support. Check out the Stoner Olympics. Check out the Stoner System podcast on YouTube under Planet Productions. Make sure you guys check that out. Support the movement. We are the movement. We are the culture. It only gets bigger with all of us participating and doing our part. Yeah. With that being said, thank you very much, MC Bundy. You have a good one, brother.
You're welcome. You too, brother. Stay safe.
Peace.
Peace.